Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. You might be able to see Lila here in the corner. She's licking her paw. She did finally get up and move a little bit for me. I just have some stuff here. I've got my planner, I've got my pencil pouch, I've got the notebook that I've been journaling in, and I've got some colored pencils that I rediscovered that I had, and I thought I would swatch some of them. But I first want to take a look in my planner. Let's make sure that we're in a good frame and that Lila isn't taking up too much of the space. Let's see. I'm just double checking my monthly view. Now I'm going to go to my, oh wait, I didn't put it in here, but I did have a Starlight Band Zoom. Okay, so let's double check. And I didn't put it here either. Okay. Starlight Zoom. We had a Zoom meeting. That's already been paid. Okay. I didn't fill this in. I know I did it on Monday. I did the dishes. The trash went out. I did the litter. And I haven't gotten the coffee ready yet. So let's see. Let's fill out Monday. I did the dishes. We took out the trash. I did the kitty litter. I didn't do the pet water because it had just been done the day before. Got the coffee ready, fed the pets, didn't do laundry. We were going to do laundry, but weather got bad. And then today, Tuesday, yes, no, I haven't got the coffee ready yet, but I will. And we didn't do laundry again today because we're still under a winter weather advisory. There's just ice everywhere. So everything today happened. That stuff had to get moved to here. Gotta practice. Rehearsal. Practice tempo. Okay, so everything for the remainder of the week is still a go. But why don't I write that here? Ice storm. More ice storm here. We've got 2 students tomorrow, and we do have to do laundry because to make sure that the husband has enough work clothes for the week, because I've got rehearsal tomorrow evening and I've got to look at some new music. Okay, so there's that. Nothing yet for March. Oh wait, I do have a recital. Okay, I did put it in St. John's recital. Good. Why don't I put that in here? Here, let me mark my teaching. It'll be a little plan with me. That's spring break week. Back to teaching. Back to teaching. St. John's recital. I will find out information about this because it will be on Facebook and it might be some other places. It is going to be a Baroque flute. Well, I won't be playing Baroque flute. I'll be playing modern flute, but it'll be all music of the Baroque era for flute. And we're deciding repertoire for that. It's only going to be about a 25-minute. It's one of their like noontime recitals. But I'll see if I can create a link. I know it'll be posted on Facebook on the church's web page, but so we'll see. We'll put temple down. I think we got symphony that week. I don't know. Okay. So there's that. Just some quick little stuff to add to my planner. Well, here, I'll put this for Wednesday since it's going to be Wednesday soon. I'm actually really liking using my Midori that I cut down. I didn't cut down an actual Midori. I cut down a Traveler's Factory, Traveler's Notebook. I'm liking it. I haven't used a leather notebook cover in a while because I've been in cork for such a long time, and it's kind of giving me nostalgia. The first person I ever saw cut down a Traveler's Notebook to personal size was Sylvia at, she's changed her YouTube channel. It used to be Sylvia Wright, you know, like the writer Wright. But it's like Sylvia with a plan, I think now is what it is. I'll link her. I'll see if I can find the video. She took, when they first, the second camel they came out with, not the 5th year anniversary, the Star Fairy one, but the one after that came out in around 2016. She got one and then decided she wanted to cut it down to personal size, and she was the first person I saw do that. Except she didn't keep the original holes. She made it exactly like her Chic Sparrow, because she had a personal Chic Sparrow at that same time too. And so she was the first person I saw do that. And I remember showing that video to the husband when she did that, and he was just like, that's a beautiful standard camel. She's cut it down. And so then when I did it to this, he's like, oh, you planner people are all the same. So I thought that was kind of cute and kind of funny. So we're done in the planner. Other than getting the coffee ready. But this is the notebook that I've been using. It is a B6. I got this notebook, oh my goodness, in like 2018. I had a beautiful folio by Sojourner. It was that turmeric yellow color. It was like the first version of that she had, and I got it on one of the buy-sell trades, and then eventually I stopped using B6. I mean, I used this for just a few days. Well, I say a few days, like I started it in May, and I stopped using it in June, and then I came back for a day or two in September. And then this is from January of this year. So, you know, it sat from 2018 until January of 2021. And I haven't done much in here. My life has gotten a little bit busy the last few weeks, so these two pages, these two, these two, these 4, these 2, that's it. And then I put some paper in here that I made look like a pocket. And that's all about I've done in it since I've restarted using it again. Not that much. I was journaling quite a bit at the beginning of the year, and then my schedule got a little bit busy, so and I haven't been, I think maybe because I don't tend to be one of those people that journals every day. Now when I am journaling every day, you know, it's for a period of time, and then I kind of stop. And then I'll come back to it. But I will cut out my yawn because it's late. But I do have some swatches here in the back. Like here, let's go. So these are my Tombow pencil crayons, my colored pencils crayons. These are like the bright set, and then these are like the neutrally earth tony ones. And then let's see, what else do we have? Just some watercolor blobs. And then these are the like the adult crayons that Jane Davenport had. I've since given them to someone who loves them. But these are, and I don't even have her watercolors anymore. And I think all of her watercolors, like the original lines, you know how she had like the brights, the neutrals and all that, I think they're stopped making all of that stuff. I think it is just not happening anymore. So like I saw a bunch of that stuff at Michael's in like an end cap for like clearance for like really cheap. Like some things like $2 to $5, like a Jane Davenport watercolor palette for $5. I know, I was surprised, but I've had them and I've gifted them to a former student. But like here's the neutral palette, and like these watercolor swatches had been here for years, and then I just decided to do some little doodles over them, and I think I did even some more back here. Yeah, like some little florals. I wasn't going to draw ladybug. I did a little fish, like a betta fish, because I thought it looked like a color of one. Buzzy, a little bee. Put a little cactus there. Does anybody else do that? Like, do these little doodles? Like, that's a pretty little floral for that pink. And I haven't done any more in here, but I've got more. These are her colored pencils. I do like her colored pencils. I have a set of them in here. This one I used a lot. It's that buff. It's like a really nice skin tone or a highlight. And I do have one more set of her colored pencils somewhere. But I wanted to show them, you know, like with a little bit medium and then like really full out pressure on them. And so I think what I'm going to do is I've got in here my, I got the other set of Jane Davenports. You can see I think they're a little too large for here. Well, they might fit now, I think, since I've used them. But I have the Prisma Scholar set. And I haven't used these. I totally forgot I had them because this was sitting in the back of a drawer. And for the longest time, these were my favorite pencils. And then here's some more of the Jane Davenport. I've got the others. You'll see the other Jane Davenports in here. Really pretty rainbow color. But what I want to do is I want to swatch these. The Scholar ones, except for the white, because I mean, you know, that's not going to show up. Well, it might show up. This paper's cream colored. But so I'm going to do some swatching. But I've been thinking a lot. Well, first of all, let's count how many pencils are there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 46, 48. Okay. Just so I kind of know how much space I need. I think I want to do them like this. So I do 15 on a page. And let's see, how many boxes are these? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, they're 4 by 6. So I'm not quite sure how I want to do this, but I've been thinking a lot about. But I kind of like it like that. And these are what? 3 by 3. Let me get a pencil. Well, actually, here I'll just use this gray color. Leaving one line in between. 1, 2, 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. So I might do that, because that would leave if I left a line at the top, it would give some more space for writing, you know, like what they are, or at least on the first page. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's see, I would need 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like 6 pages of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll do that. So I've been thinking a lot. I've noticed I've been losing a lot of subscribers lately. I think the last day that I lost a lot of subscribers, I lost 10 a day, and I think it's because how do I say it? Ooh, these are really soft. I forgot they're soft. I think it's because I've settled. Not settled. I've found a planning style and a planning system that works for me, and I'm not using as much stuff as I used to. I'm not unboxing traveler's notebooks anymore. I haven't done one in a long time. The last one I did was my cork personal size from the wonderful Brie. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Also, I have been on YouTube for a long time, and for a while I was, how do I say? I was keeping up with the Joneses. I was trying different planners, and I was trying different rings, and I was trying all of the different things, and I've found what works for me, and I think then because of that, my what color is this? It says neon yellow, so it's kind of like a highlighter yellow. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. I tried rings. I do love rings, but then I'm always at, the end of the year. Like at the end of last year, I was like, okay, I've got all of these papers now in all of these binders, and then when I take them out, I've got all of these loose leaf papers, and I tried, binding them together, and I don't know. There's reasons why I like a bound system. There's reasons why I like a traveler's notebook, because it, the inserts are a little bit more compact, and they're easier to file. They're easier to. These really are soft. I forgot how soft they were. So I find that interesting, and I wanted to do this vlog every day of February, and I really haven't had much to say, because planning has been, because I have a system and I'm using it, and I don't plan the way most people do. I don't, pull out a sticker set or pull out colored pens or colored pencil crayons. I don't plan that way, and I feel that my videos have gotten not as many views since like the beginning of the year, and I want to produce good videos, but I don't know. I don't just all of the thoughts I'm having right now, with the world, how weird it is right now, and I know I'm losing subscribers because I'm a Democrat. I know I'm losing subscribers because I'm converting to Judaism. I know I'm losing subscribers because I'm not an evangelical woman in the planner community, and that is what a lot of the planner community is, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love paper, I love planners, I love colored pencils, I love stickers, but this year, after it has been such a year, 2020, it was a touch and go year, like everybody. We've had hard times, we've had easy, we've had challenges, due to all of my work getting canceled and me not being able to get any financial assistance because I'm I'm a teacher that had a contract. I didn't qualify for any of the assistance because of the type of job that I am, being like what they consider a gig worker. It meant we went through a lot of our savings this summer, because the husband was unemployed for a while, and now we're very blessed and thankful that he's got a full-time job where he has health benefits for himself. I don't have any for myself, but he has them, and that's good, because he does have some things that he needs to go to the doctor for. So we're incredibly thankful for that. So I just thought it was interesting, because the last 2 weeks I haven't added any subscribers, and I know I don't add that many, but all I've done is lose subscribers, and so that it makes me think a little bit about my content. I know every time I post flute videos, it happens. I posted 2 flute videos this weekend. One was the Bach Arioso, and one was the En Prière by Fauré, which means in prayer or a prayer. But every time I post flute videos, I find it very interesting that I lose subscribers, because that's who I am. That's what I do, and I understand. Like, if you come here for just my planning content, I'm or this type of stuff, I'm so much more than that, and I think people are more than that, and I think that I have talked about minimalism, and I know that can be a touchy subject to people, and it's not because I'm shaming anybody or pointing a finger at anyone. I'm talking about things that me and my family, what we're going through, and just trying to share that side of the story. I try to, keep things upbeat. I try not to talk about a lot of stuff, and I never told people who to vote for. I just said, get out and vote. I don't care who you vote for, but do your civic duty, vote. But of course, I'm sure you can tell, being a gay male, that I am more liberal leaning, and I mean that's only understandable because it's understandable. Let's just put it at that, because the other party doesn't value me as a person, or value me as doesn't value me, or doesn't think I should exist. And if that upsets you, I'm sorry that upsets you, but you have to look at what that party has ran on in previous years. So there. I guess that's more political talk than I've talked about in a long time, or have talked about on my channel, and I try to stay away from that. So because I want all people to feel like they're welcome here. But if you feel it's time for you to get out and explore other things, go for it. Do that. Explore. So yeah. So I forgot, actually, even though that these are like the student line colored pencils by Prisma, I forgot, these are really nice colored pencils. Let me do they feel, even though they're a wax-based colored pencil crayon, they feel very soft, and they feel kind of very like creamy. Like, look at that. Look how that color goes on. So look at that. Like, that's beautiful. So I'm just going to, I guess, leave the video at that. I'm going to do some color swatching of these beautiful colored pencils. If there's something that you wanted to see on my channel, what would it be? Because I said I wanted to do a vlog every day in February, and I'm not sure I have enough to talk about, because I'm just teaching and practicing, and we did have recording sessions this last weekend with the symphony. I've got a faculty recital coming up at the University of Tulsa, which we're preparing for. It's a chamber recital, and I think it will be posted on the university's webpage and on their the School of Music's YouTube channel. So I will definitely be sharing links for that. Oh no, I think this pencil is... This is the one thing with the Prismacolors. They tend to be a little on the fragile side. I'm coloring this way because I think it's the tip. If I slightly go on the side, it's gonna come out. It's lightly. See, I knew it was gonna break. That's the one thing with the Prisma, is they tend to be a little on the soft side, but that's what gives them such wonderful ability to blend. Let's see. Oh, I know someone will ask, this pencil case, I got this on Amazon. Like here you're supposed to put like rulers or erasers or drawing pencils, and then you can put, whatever you want in here. And I just used it for my Scholar color pencils. And the reason I put these in here, these are the pack, I guess a 50 pack, that it comes in like a plastic container. It doesn't come in a metal tin like the artist quality ones. These are the ones that like are for high school and beginning college students, to give them a nice set, a nice palette of colors to choose from, without, breaking the bank. Because they're nice. They're not in oil based like the Faber-Castell. What are those called? I have them too. Well, a 12 set. I don't have them all. Which are really nice colored pencils too. Hey, what color is this? It looks like a Caucasian cheek tone. It's called Light Peach. Okay. So, yeah, so if there's anything that you would like to see, leave a comment down below and, let me know. Because, if I don't have much going on, really, when you think about it, does anybody have much of anything going on? Some things that I'm wanting to do is to get the house organized. I always feel like I'm saying that, get the house organized, but no, I really want to really go through our items and really see about doing a deep clean and a deep purge, because we just have stuff that is just sitting around collecting dust that we really don't need. This is probably like a fluorescent, it says neon pink, yeah. Kind of like highlighter pink. When I think of this color, I think of Courtney Diaz. I think of all of her bright, happy pink sketches, and yeah. See, I think of Courtney Diaz when I think of that Little Raven ink. I was a member of her Patreon for quite a few years. And then I took a watercolor. I wanted to save up to take a watercolor class with Jane Davenport, and then every once in a while I'll go back for another month or two and then take a break. But I haven't done that in a while. We're trying to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these are 3 cubes by 3 cubes, or 4 dots by 4 dots. We're trying to 1, 2, 3. Just trying to live actually under our means right now, and that's one reason why you haven't seen any purchases. Like, it's February 9th. No, it's probably the 10th now because it's after midnight. And I haven't made a single purchase this month. So, and it's not because I haven't been tempted. There have been things that I've wanted to get. I saw some really cool dividers and stuff that Printpressions was coming out with, and I was like, John, why would you get those? You have dividers for your planners. For my ring binders, I'm not using a ring binder anymore. I'm gonna stick with personal size because it's what's working. Personal traveler's notebook size, and and he doesn't make that size. He makes B6, A6, pocket, and then the rings in various of those sizes. And they're really nice quality product. I have one of his pocket rings. It's a beautiful pocket ring. I might have been a little more tempted if a couple of the new colors of his new line were in personal traveler's notebook color or in size, but they're not. They're in personal rings, and so that's more like a B6 size, and that's this, and that's not what I'm looking for a traveler's notebook. So that, was easy. And then there were a couple of other places where there were sales or new items coming out, and they all ended up being like a little too florally or flowery for me. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it was something I wasn't looking for. I was looking for something a little bit more neutral, a little bit more not masculine, but like gender neutral, I guess is what I would say. I think that's why I tend to stick with black, browns, olives, those more neutral colors, is because number one, I think they're classic colors that are always going to be in fashion. Now the olive maybe not, but the brown and the black are definitely colors that will not go out of fashion. You can always, someone is always using a black purse or a brown purse or a backpack or a briefcase. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been thinking and where I have been. And I love doing something silly like this, like color swatches like this. This is something that is good to do, and it doesn't have to be in your journal. It can be in just like a sketchbook or on a piece of art paper. But what it does is it for me, like, I haven't used these colored pencils in probably about a year, because last year the husband got me a wonderful set for my birthday of the Arteza, and I love the Arteza, and so I've been using those, and I forgot that I had these, and there's some really beautiful colors. And so what I was thinking of doing is maybe taking a traveler's notebook insert and just doing a bunch of swatches of my colored pencils and my watercolored pencils, because they tend to be the item that I go to most readily. And they're the item that I've been using much longer. I mean, when I was a kid in junior high, I had some nice colored pencils. Actually, I think I had a set of these, the Scholar. We used them in art class in junior high, and we had to get our own set, and I remember using them quite a bit. I remember coloring a lot as a kid. I had a second grade teacher that I'll remember for many reasons, but one is her name was, see, that's what happens, because they're very fragile. One thing to note about this pencil sharpener is it is very hard to get that to come off, and then once you finally do, it just wants to pop off all the time. And this is the Prismacolor pencil sharpener. I got it because it has the two different tip points, and it works really well. It's a nice sharp blade. There we go. See? Look how beautiful that did. What was I talking about before I was so rudely interrupted by the tip of my pencil crayon breaking? I can't remember. I was talking about colored pencils and, my second grade teacher. Got it. So her name was Mrs. Lee, and these are two things I remember from her class. And the only two things I remember from second grade is we learned how to read and write in cursive, and we spent a majority of our time coloring. I don't remember doing math. I don't remember doing English. I don't remember doing, we had a phonics book. I remember doing phonics. It was one of those like plaid covered books. We had like a blue one year, a red one year, and a green one year. And that's all I remember. I don't remember which years they came in, but this was the early 80s. So things were a little bit different than they are now, and I doubt they use those books. But they were phonics books. It was, the new thing in the 80s. But that's all I remember doing was coloring and learning to read and write in cursive. And the first time we learned to read in cursive, she wrote something on the board in cursive, but didn't explain to us at all what it said, right? Or what the letters looked like or whatever. And we couldn't go to recess until we were able to do what it said to do. So I couldn't read it because, it was cursive. I'd never seen a cursive letter before in my entire life. I'd seen them, but, we hadn't learned what they were. We didn't learn how to draw them. We didn't learn nothing. So she had this thing on the board that said, raise your hand. When the teacher calls on you, stand up. And then, stand up. And then it listed, like, number 1, do this. Number 2, do this. Number 3, do this. Number 4, do this. Number 5, do this. And then, there was a word at the end that you had to say, and then once all of those things were done in the proper order, you were allowed to go to recess. Well, I saw like 7 or 8 people get up and do it, and do exact the same thing, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, that must be what it says. And so I didn't read it. I couldn't read it because it was in cursive, and I was in 2nd grade, and so I raised my hand, the teacher called on me, I stood up, and then I proceeded to do what the other people had done, and she was like, thank you, John. And so she thought I could read cursive, because it's kind of like, I had a French teacher when I was in undergrad in college, and we were learning the subjunctive, and plus que parfait is, it can be they can be difficult tenses, because we don't think of them the same way in English. And I remember it was my 3rd or 4th semester, so it's the equivalent of, like, your 3rd year of. It was an advanced French class, so it's like the equivalent of your 3rd year. And so we were reading Le Petit Prince. I know some schools start with reading, like, Babar, the elephant, but we started with Le Petit Prince because that's what she wanted us to read, and it's a cute book by Saint-Exupéry. He's the one that had that quote I used to use, and I can't even think of it right now, about a goal, and I can't remember, but I used to have it on everything that was Peaky Dory Designs, but then some other people started to use it, and I didn't want to. 1, 2, 3. I didn't want to get like some bigger companies started to use it, and I didn't want to get in trouble for using it because I didn't have rights to it, and I don't think those other companies did either. A goal is just a wish without a plan. I think it's something like that is the gists of it. And I was like, I liked it because it's true. It's a great quote for thinking of planning and setting plans. And so where was I going with all of this? But yeah, so I didn't really learn to read cursive until, a year or two later in like 4th grade, when my teacher was like, John, you can't read cursive, can you? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay. And then she said, and I think you need glasses. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, because you're not looking at anything I write on the board. You're looking at what the person across from you is writing, and you're learning how to read it upside down. So I didn't have to get glasses. I learned how to read upside down. Like, we had our little individual desk. Like, this would be my desk, someone else's desk, but facing mine. The person next to me, and facing. We'd have like a cube of desks together. So we would look to the side to look to the front of the board. And so I don't even know who sat in front of me anymore. It might have been Lori. Yeah, I think it might have been Lori Summers. She, smart girl, and I wasn't copying off of her. It was just when she was writing down the assignment that we had, I couldn't, I was, so far away from the board with having the last name Rush. You're at the back of the room because it went alphabetical. I couldn't read, so she'd write, like page 17, due for tomorrow, and I'd write page 17, due for tomorrow, because, I couldn't read the board. It was too far away. So that's just, silly randomness there, eh? So I'm probably going to end the video right here because I'm just coloring little squares. You don't need to watch me color in silly little squares, although it is quite enjoyable. And like I was saying earlier, it gives you a chance to making swatches. I know some people don't think it's the most helpful thing. Like, I know James Burke doesn't do swatches like this. He does swatches where he's actually experimenting with the items. I kind of like having swatches like this so you can really see, like, when I layer as much of this color together, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Will it smear like that? What will it do if I get too much color there? Or can I make it really, really light? Like, this is a pretty blue. What is this? Cloud blue. So there we are. I just thought I would sit down with you, do a little bit of planning and a few color swatches, and then I'm just going to write down what they are, and maybe in a video later this month you'll see what these look like. Thanks for joining me today for my rambles. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you have anything you want to see, leave a comment down below. And I'll see what I can do about that. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.